Alright folks, we're back on the dart today. So now we're getting ready to install the column into the 1970 dart. So we've got our coupling kit, the steering column coupling kit. And basically it's the coupler, goes into the steering box there. It's got a roll pin that you'll see, it's pretty easy, it goes through a slot, and you'll put this in there. And then these are the shims that are going to go through the pin. It's going to pin it right here. And what we wanted to do before we install all this is make sure that our shims, now it came with a new set here, but these I had to do a lot of filing on, and I do not want to do any kind of impact to install the coupling over the new ones. I would have to file these down to get them where the factory ones at. The factory ones have no wear, they're in excellent shape, but they fit like a glove. Now, I've done this before, and fellow Mopar friends, y'all, and we've got the spring here as well. It keeps the little shims pushed out, so you'll see in a moment. I can't tell you how many times I've done this, but I would forget to put this on first. This is the little coupling, the lock plate, and then this is the part that keeps all the dirt and crud out of the shims so they can float like they're supposed to and be free. And I'll end up putting grease and everything in, but I'm gonna go ahead and install this now. So I'm going to. Okay, so you notice I had grease on it. So I'm just gonna put it up here where I can get to it. Nice and easy. Now I'm gonna go ahead and install my pin. This is the pin that goes through the shaft. Go through like so. Just gonna take my little brass hammer and gently put it right there. And this is a little clip that basically keeps the flat side. I want to mention this real quick. This flat side, when you go to put these on, flat side's going to be here. This is one of the right here. So you see this. When you go to put this on, they're going to be oriented where the H is up, and they're going to slide in. Is that one of the new ones? Here we go. All right, folks, you see how it just goes in there nice and easy? I'm gonna grease it, but the coupling will slide over nice and easy on this. So just give me a second, one moment, and I'll show you. So now I want to correct the first part of my video about the shims. I had the shims, I make the assumption, I couldn't find the print in the schematic, but the flat sides go in towards the shaft like so, and the bevel part stays out. And the reason for that is, I just figured out, as everybody else probably already knows, this floats. And this is more, I heated it up a little bit to make it easy to slide over, but the coupling now floats, so we can line it up. See how I can line this thing up, move it, it's floating. That's because it's floating on these shims on the outside. That allows you to line it up. So I stand corrected, please everybody. Make sure you put the bevel side out, and it's gonna go in with the H, or it's gonna look like an I from the side. I shape facing up. This on. Put this on here. Get a screwdriver and tap these down all the way around, and we'll be good. Okay, here's the other part of refurbishing our kit. We've got the, I call them isolators, these plastic pieces, and it comes with the washers. So we're going to install these plastic isolators, and then we're going to have a nut, a bolt's going to come through the other side, as everybody probably already knows. And basically, these are just what keeps it from breaking. It's not a normal washer. It uses something like this right here. That's why it comes in this kit. And then also, this is our gasket. And we're gonna get ready to put it on now. We've got our coupler on. We'll get ready to put this on. I'll put this on after we get through putting the isolators on. And then this will go in from inside the car, and then we'll just guide it in. All right, folks, so last part is we've got the steering column in. So we should have set a camera up to show us installing it, but it definitely took 2 people. It's really, really hard to try to do this by yourself. Highly recommend having 2 people do it. You'll need somebody from the inside guiding the column in, and then somebody from the outside putting their hand on the coupler and guiding it. Remember how I said that it floated? Well, it floats, you can move it around and you can get it on the spline. Now, there's a master spline on here. If you look before you go to put the coupler on, and you'll look at the shaft coming off your steering box, look at it real closely, and you'll see one key or one spline is going to be extra wide. It's going to be the same way on the coupler. You want to take a red marker and mark that both on the spline and on the coupler. And then you just go in and you get it started, and then basically you'll just start pushing on it, but don't push too hard from the steering wheel. What I did is where the pin goes in, I have a long drift, and I have a BFH, and I didn't really hit it real hard, but I just kept tapping it, and it went right on in. Once this hole right here gets past the first set of splines, there's going to be a cut in between the 2 sets of splines. Once you find it goes past that first set of splines, then you'll put your roll pin in. And that's it. Then you'll go ahead and connect those bolts. There will be 1, if not 2 guides where those plastic isolators are at that I spoke about. And then you'll just lift it up and you'll put those spline looking nuts on the bottom, and there'll be that's a washer, excuse me, and then you'll put the nut on. And one last thing, there is a wire that will go from the column, that'll go to one of those isolators, and it grounds it to the frame of the dash. Very important if you want all your blinkers and everything to work. It is a grounding device. So I hope this helped everybody. Thanks, everyone.